Hello guys, my name is Mike and today I'm bringing you some footage from my Nazi Zombie fan game. Sorry if the recording is a little bit choppy. I'm using surfaces in this to create some awesome effect which I'm going to be showcasing in a minute, which messes up the FPS counter. I should be able to record at smooth 60 FPS, but instead it's forcing me to record at 80 FPS, and I'm only getting about 70 at the moment in terms of fraps this thing, because it has to double the frame count for surfaces for some stupid reason. Which really sucks, but you know, oh well, there's nothing I can do about that. But I'm just going to be showing off some of the features of this game. So far this is a work in progress map called Nazi Zombie Subway, just to be creative, you know. But yeah, this is actually the second room. There aren't any doors yet. These zombies don't actually bother coming through the barricades just yet. And I'm just going to shift that gun slightly closer to the camera. But yeah, the game currently features reload cameras. The memory usage isn't normally that high. I'm using the MemClean DLL, and normally it sits around 15 or so megabytes. But obviously I'm recording, and for whatever reason it is hogging up memory. So currently I'm using the GearWheel. Again, I haven't got the actual box functionality in here yet. You'll see these zombies like plopping down the stairs. But yeah. A couple of things I wanted to show off, and first is this sort of cool glass effect I've got going on. I actually made this by accident. I wasn't intending to directly do this. I wanted to create something similar, but the effect that I ended up coming out with looked a lot better than what I was actually planning on doing. The main reason this looks so good is because it doesn't require any extra drawing. It actually uses one of GameMaker's, shall I say, glitches to an advantage to allow me to create this cool effect, and I just think that looks really awesome. It sort of adds a bit of like glassiness to the whole side of it, and you can see this sort of glass here. I've got a quick revive right there. I've got these zombies here. I've also got this like same effect running on the floor. What this effect also allows me to do is, it's such a stupidly simple thing to do, but it's not really obvious how it's done. It allows me to also define this, say, a normal map. It actually allows me to sort of define a bump map. As you can see here, I've only got it reflecting on the dark black tiles. The reflection level on the sort of the white tiles isn't as high. I don't know why I chose to do that, but it was more of a test than anything. But if you can see, like, if you look over there, you can see the reflection. This isn't true reflection. However, I can draw anything underneath this map and it will reflect it. Currently all I'm doing is drawing a plain background which is constantly moving. Now the way I actually noticed this effect is I came over to this Purg machine when I was creating this effect, and I noticed that the glass here started shining. I was like, oh my god, how is that glass doing that? It's shining. And then I also noticed the top bit up there is shining as well. And after doing some deductive reasoning, I realized that using GameMaker's surface alpha glitch to my advantage, it was actually punching through the transparency of the surface, allowing me to draw a sprite underneath it without actually letting the user see through the map, which was a really nice effect. And it's got virtually no performance cost. The only performance cost naturally is drawing to the surface and then re-rendering the surface, which does take a little bit of processing power and graphical power, but on a decent system you can run this. I'm just going to go ahead and turn off detail now. I've also made this blood reflective as well. Don't worry about the walls do that when I turn on detail mode. The lighting sometimes looks better in this non-detail mode. I haven't decided yet. It's kind of room dependent, but yeah, I don't know why. The map export code is almost identical. The only difference is it doesn't export these floor models. You see here I've got these decals on the floor, but yeah, if I go away and sort of hover over it and say just like zombies, you can see these sort of blood stains here, and yeah, I've decided to make those reflective as well. I've kept this glass reflective as a non-detail thing, as it's really got no performance cost. Again, I'm going to make it so you can turn all this off, but I really love the way this blood shines. I think it really adds a sort of depth to the whole scene. One thing here is that's actually a detail model, but I made the glass in this case non-detail. I have no idea why I did that. That was a stupid thing to do, but it was more of a test thing, and I'm probably going to end up changing that in the near future. But if I just give you a rundown of what's going on in this map, currently I think I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 guns, 8 guns or so in the game. I plan to add a fair couple more. The only concern I have at the moment is loading time. This is actually a train station here, if you haven't already clocked on the whole subway thing. And I have a train model. In the map editor, you might have seen in the picture posted on the GMC if you came from there. There is actually a train on the station, and that train is going to drive through here. I'm also going to add a little sort of time thingy with a basic surface texture, which displays the time when the next train will be arriving. And again, just showing off here the sort of shiny floor effect. I could probably draw a better thing underneath. I was thinking about drawing a sort of skybox. I'm actually doing what COD does directly with their surfaces. If you actually go up to a COD window and inspect it thoroughly and move your camera against it, you'll notice that all it's doing is drawing a image behind the image, or behind the sort of wall, and allowing you to see through, kind of like that effect. It looks better in COD because they've got proper shaders and whatnot, and this is sort of a cheap ass attempt with surfaces, but I think it still looks pretty darn epic, and I'm pretty happy with how it came out. Okay, and again, like these zombies all piling up behind the doors. I haven't got barricades in yet. I've got the models already, but it's going to take a little bit of work to program them to come in. The pathfinding should all be working. I can turn the node map on and off from outside. I've also got the console debug menu, which allows me to type in things like set lighting and whatnot, and see all these commands here. And okay, like draw 2D, whatnot. So I've got quite a lot of control from the developer end on what I can do while testing, which really does help speed up the development process. Although there's still a lot of work to be done. A lot of the work is just like map creation, and again, animating all these guns takes forever. I didn't want to directly rip the like animation files from COD because that's too cheap. I've taken like some assets from COD, but a lot of these models have been remade. The guns I've taken from COD, but things like this random pit here, which I probably shouldn't be showing off because that ruins half the map. God, now I'm stuck down here, and you can't actually see down here because I haven't put lights down here yet. But you can kind of see if you walk. The normals on the walls don't work properly either. I haven't finished the editor with regard to setting up normals, so all that really does is they're all pointing in a direction of 1, 1, 1, and if you know vectors, then you probably have a general idea of what I'm on about here. Oh God, why is Juggernog here? That is wait, that's bad. Okay, I don't know why Juggernog there. Juggernog should. Oh, okay, fair enough. Yeah, it should be there. I was going to say, where's this Juggernog model come from? There are also box locations here. You can see I'm kind of getting stuck. The invisible wall collisions are nowhere near as smooth as the wall collisions. I need to work on that. I don't want to make invisible walls in the same file because like these walls stop bullets. I did have bullet holes in place before, but I took them out because it might be a performance cost. But to be honest, I think I'll add them back in as an option. Again, this game probably won't run fantastically on slower PCs. I have got animation mode. At the moment I've got sort of this smooth animation thing. I'm using a DLL which directly edits the like model data in RAM, which allows you to dynamically animate models. It's quite costly DLL, so I don't use it too much. I don't use it on the zombies. The zombies have just got to upload it only 2 frames, and that's the way I'm going to keep it. But yeah, the guns have all got their own sort of little quirks. But yeah, I think this is going to be a really nice game. I'm going to set up multiplayer sometime soon once the actual game's working. Once this map's finished as well, I'm going to package off the map and hopefully a version of the editor. There is a newer version of the editor, but I have been using the old one because currently the new one is impractical to use, as you can't really you can't do much with objects at the moment because I'm halfway through adding back in the edit menu, which was in the original editor. However, once the new editor is done, it will allow like a lot more power, but I just don't really have the time to work on all this stuff at once, especially with being quite busy as I am. So I hope this is a reasonable update, and I hope anyone who's following this is going to play this game when it comes out, and it should be quite fun. But yeah, I do warn you, you might need a decent system to run this, and it's not, even though, okay, the game's done in raw D3D, so it could be more efficient if I used Ogre or something, but those are just a pain in the ass to set up, and I just can't get the file conversions to work. Currently this map's not too high poly. I'd say it's probably about 14,000 polygons at the moment or so. So I'm going to add a bit more detail to the detail module. However, in terms of the actual regular model, it'll probably stay pretty similar to this. Like the chairs and things will all be the same on the normal model. The only real difference is details. So if you go into this first room, you'll see like a load of random pipes chilling about the place. box windows, decals on the floor. I'm gonna add some decals on the wall as well, little piles of rubble, whatnot. But yeah, you can see that that's just going to be the way it is. I'm also going to be dooring off areas. It's going to be a door here. And if you're not familiar with Nazi Zombies, then I definitely recommend giving it a play, because that's basically what this game is. Anyone who's played Nazi Zombies will instantly be able to see that. But yeah, this is sort of the fail staircase, and the lighting's all fucked up on it as well. But yeah, you can't get up here. You try and come up here and you just get stuck. Zombies do walk down here though. I will try and demonstrate that. I think I covered it at the start of the video. But yeah, that is pretty much all I have to say about that. And God, we're going a 10-minute long rant. I have not done one of these in a while, and I had a lot to say. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. Just one last thing, ray gun effect. I think that looks fucking beast. I wasn't actually firing the ray gun then, it's just I've got the effect on E. Again, that effect kind of breaks with this surface thing, so I'm going to have to probably draw that in 3D mode on an overlay over the surface to stop it from bleeding through onto the surface and doing that stupid ass thing there. Shouldn't be too bad, same with the muzzle flash to be honest. The only problem with the muzzle flash is drawing it on the top will mean that it's not drawing on the gun. The muzzle flash isn't too bad, but to be honest, everything nice you do in gaming is going to have drawbacks. Actually, the muzzle flash isn't even doing it there. Oh well. But yeah, everything you do is going to have drawbacks in some form or another, so it can't be perfect. So, you know, well, just do what works. This effect, I kind of don't like the way it cuts off on the floor like that. Not a load I can do about that. I guess if I draw on top, then maybe I'll stop doing that. But then I have a feeling that if I shoot it like there, I'm going to start seeing it through the wall. So you know what, I might just leave it. I might take the smoke off it though, because that goes all weird. For some reason, like when the actual explosion's there, the smoke's all fine, and then it dies after that. But yeah, here's another zombie. If I turn off lighting again, just to show off these reflective blood puddles. Yeah, I really like that reflective blood. I don't actually think I'm going to keep that from the zombie drop, but I might add it as a decal in game. You see, all this literally is, there's nothing fancy. I haven't got any individual draw events going for this. I'm literally drawing the whole map as it is with specified textures. This is actually a double layered texture. In order to create a nice shine effect, you have to double layer your polygons, otherwise you do get things like end up with some see-through walls, which is why this Perk machine doesn't look so good. So if you layer a transparent texture over a normal texture, it just automatically makes it, and it's just a really nifty thing using a what most people has perceived as a glitch in Game Maker, but you know, it's working to my advantage, so yay. So yeah, thanks for watching this video. I will be bringing out some updates very shortly. If you do want to follow the project, then feel free to subscribe to my channel. If you have any ideas for maps, or you want to give a shot at making a map before the game comes out, then send me a message on YouTube, and we can talk about things. If you have any ideas as well, if you have any ideas for perks or little game concepts, then throw them my way, and I'd love to add them in, because I want this game to be more than just a clone. I want it to sort of have its own sort of feel. I've always loved the way the Treyarch have done Nazi Zombies, but there's always been things I've kind of wanted to change and do myself, and with this game I plan on doing some of those things. So I want to thank you for watching the video once again. Sorry for going on so long. My name is Mike, and goodbye.